Hello everyone and welcome on a new episode of The Beauty Next Door. Today I'm interviewing the beautiful TESS HELLFEUER. She's a girl that grew up in Berlin. She applied as a model when she was 13 years old with 2 pictures that she shot all by herself, and from then on she has been working like crazy. Her biggest jobs were Shiseido perfume, H&M campaign, Chloe campaign. She did magazines like the Vogue Italia, the British Vogue, the Dior magazine, the Love magazine, the French, Italian, German Elle, and many other jobs. I'm happy to introduce her to you and show you our beautiful talk that I really enjoyed. Have fun watching. Hello, Tess, and welcome on The Beauty Next Door. I'm so happy that you're here with me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm also very excited and pleased that I can be here.
Tell me, how are you and where are you right now?
So at the moment, I'm in Munich for a job. I'm actually quite good. Of course, there are so many things going on right now.
Yeah, and now everything is like slowly opening up, so
yeah,
I feel like we can breathe again.
True.
Normally, I start with fire questions. It's just like a little icebreaker at the beginning. Are you ready for them?
Mm-hmm.
First one, describe yourself in 3 words.
Loving and adventurous and emotional.
What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby at the moment, I'm starting to do horseback riding again, and but for me it was like so weird that I never tried it again. And then we cuddled for a few minutes.
Adventure or spa holiday?
Both. If I had to choose, adventure.
And then spa.
Yeah.
When was the last time you've received a hug?
Today, actually. The makeup artist, we hugged each other with masks on though.
What's your favorite book?
I really like the book from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. It was one of the first books where I started to dive into the spiritual world. From then on, I really changed a lot my way of thinking.
Yeah, me too. I love this book. It's really
you read it as well?
Yeah, it's really nice. In the other one as well, A New Earth.
Yeah.
What's your favorite item in your closet?
I really love summer dresses, like super long white dresses with a nice fabric.
What did you eat for breakfast?
For breakfast, I had a cappuccino with oat milk and some soy yogurt with fresh strawberries and a peach and granola.
Sounds good. Morning or night person?
Morning.
And last one, how do you define happiness?
For me, happiness is a feeling and also a choice to be happy. And I think happiness comes when you're accepting that there are ups and downs in life and you're okay with both of it.
I like that. Yeah, so true.
Mm-hmm.
You started modeling quite early. You told me you started when you were 13. How was that for you? Did you start full-time modeling when you were 13 or did you go to school?
I started when I was 13, but I didn't start full-time modeling until I was 19 after school. School was always the first priority. My agency really supported that. They always said I have to finish my school first. Of course, also my parents, they said if I'm good at school, I can do whatever I want to, and they're supporting me. Yeah. It was never up for discussion that I would quit school or anything. And I'm so lucky that I finished my school.
And you said that you applied yourself.
Just took 2 pictures with an old camera on a self-timer, and I put it on the window, and I took one of my face and one of my body, and then I sent it as an email.
And they were so happy to receive it, thinking like, that's gonna be the next big girl out there.
Well, they saw some potential, but then they called me and they were like, yeah, can we have some more pictures? At that day, a friend came over, so we took the whole afternoon pictures, and then my mom drove me, and she was also very curious. It was important for her to see what kind of people they are, if it's serious or not. They asked me to sign, and then everything took its way.
Wow. Thinking now, when you're 13 and starting already in this industry, more or less, I know you went to school, but how do you think did this shape you? How did it shape your friendship, your style, in general, your environment?
Of course, it shaped me a lot. When you're a teenager. It's the time where you start to find out who you are and who you want to be, what you like, what you don't like. It made me grow up very, very, very fast and made me be responsible in the working world. But then on the other side, I was very lucky because my family and my friends supported me a lot. Also, I was living in New York. I met so many people. I made friendships and I got to know so many things, and I'm so grateful for that. That's such an enriching experience. Me personally, I would have never made because I was quite shy in the beginning. Being confronted with work, I learned to position myself. I learned who I am and where I want to go in life. So it shaped me, but in a very, very positive way.
You would do everything exactly the same way if you could go back in time?
I like the result now. Of course, there are always bad things, but I think it's also important to accept the bad things, and they're always there for a reason. Maybe it would have been good to have a little bit more faith into myself, like trust in my body, in my inner voice, than listening to the outside. But then on the other side, it's so normal when you're a teenager and all people are having an opinion about you. It's normal to be insecure or not to be the most confident person from the beginning on.
Can we dive a little deeper into the darker sides? What would you say were the bad moments?
Well, I think I'm not the only one experiencing that as a model, that your body is only numbers. It's about sizes and centimeters, calories, and you're more like an object to the people you work with than your person. It was very hard on me because I got to hear all the time that I'm not skinny enough, that I have to lose weight. And by example, when I was 15, I had an option for Prada in Milan. And I remember exactly the phone call of my agent. I was in my first boyfriend's apartment and I was super excited. I was like jumping through the room that like a big brand like Prada would like to book me. But then my agent asked me like how my body is and that he has the feeling that it would be better to wait a little bit more because I'm not in shape. Yeah, from that day on, I changed a lot and I saw food more as an enemy, and my goal was always to lose weight. And the way I saw myself in the mirror was not the real me. I thought that I'm super big, which I was clearly not. And especially looking back now, I realized how tiny I was. I mean, I was a 15-year-old girl and I was very fragile, and realizing that now makes me, I think it's our, like, I feel responsible now sharing this in order that other girls at this age maybe listen to their body.
I have like goosebumps because, you know, while you were saying all those things, there's like so many experiences, memories that come up in my head. Also, because I used to live in model apartments and I shared experience with different girls, I would see it in most of the girls. I mean, of course, there are girls that can eat whatever they want and they're super skinny and they never had the problems with, you know, the booker taking the measurement band out. But most of us, I'd say, went through a period where, exactly like you said, you look at yourself in the mirror and you just don't like yourself. Looking back now, you think like, I was so skinny.
But you know what, the scary thing is that so many models experiencing that. Of course, the agent, they see the business in your body. And I think in a way it's kind of okay also to talk about body measurements in order to be more successful. But it happened to so many models and we are all ridiculously skinny. And there's no reason actually to say that we're too fat or something. That's the really sad thing, that it happens to so many models.
What would you think would be the solution in future? Would you think that we would have to address the agencies or to talk with the booker and the agents to just improve how they speak to the girls?
Well, I'm still hoping that the body image is still, I mean, it is already changing and it changed a lot. I'm just hoping that it will change even more. Also, the consciousness from all the people that it is not a goal to look a certain way, but to feel your body and to be healthy and, you know, like having energy. I remember when I was so skinny, I had a job and then my friends asked me if I want to meet them. And I said, no, I have no energy. And now I have like all the energy and I want to do so many things, and I'm really happy about that. And I hope that people will start to realize that it's more about being healthy than looking all the same way.
I'm just trying to think back of the like 15-year-old you that really wanted the Prada job, but then someone who's clearly an adult seeing you and telling you like, sorry, but you need to lose weight to get this job. It really makes me angry. I don't know. I'm just like, how can you say this to a 15-year-old girl? And it happens all the time. How did you come to this state now where you say, you know, I love my body and my body is my temple and I'm not fearing food anymore?
I always had a voice, like my body was always telling me this is not healthy and this is not good what I'm doing. I tried to compensate it with a lot of sports and the right food. But yeah, I always had that feeling in my body, this is not good what I'm doing at the moment. It's still a process. The older I get, the more comfortable I feel in my body as well. Looking back, I think a key moment was when I started to do yoga and I realized that the body is your temple, and I started to love it, not because of the way it looked, but the reason that it is my body. And with my body, I can experience all the beautiful things in life. Like my body brings me to another place where I meet other people and to experience pain and love and all these things. So I started to realize that I have to treat my body well. I started to talk with many people about it. I read many books about nutrition and I changed my diet completely. It's still a process and I have days where I think, oof, I don't look the way I want to, but then I realize that I'm healthy and that I can, chase my goals.
This is beautifully said, and I agree so much on that. That is a process. I believe it's not only us models that are having this kind of issues with, body image. I guess it concerns all of us, male, female, young, old, when you look at yourself in the mirror. But like you said, it's so important to just pinch this negative thought away and remember that I'm healthy and this is the most important thing. So about food habits, I guess maybe I'm wrong, but were you fearing some foods?
I didn't eat carbs at all. I think looking back now, that's a very strange thing. Yeah, after I finished school, that was in summer, and then I had 6 months to prepare myself to do Fashion Week in New York. I had a personal trainer and I worked out 5 times a week, and I didn't eat carbs. I didn't eat potatoes, no rice, no wheat, nothing. I just ate vegetables and proteins. Yeah. That was definitely a food I feared.
Carbs, like so many people fear that. Actually, me too. I had like a period where I was so afraid of carbs. I would eat it, but I would not feel good. I would always think like it's a bad food. How did you start to build up a good relationship with carbs?
I read about it, that it is very essential for your body to have carbs. My hair and my skin, my nails, it was all not healthy. I said, okay, I need to have a change. And also through yoga, where you have a lot of Ayurvedic food and carbs, I also trusted the process. I really listen to my body. I see that my body is telling me what it needs, and I'm not gaining weight or something. I'm just healthy with eating carbs and eating exactly what I want to. And then I have days where I feel, I need more energy and I'm eating more. But then I also have days where I'm on a very lean day where I don't do so much and I don't need so much energy, and then I eat less. Yeah, realizing that if you eat carbs and you feed your body what it needs, it's actually telling you what you need. That's super amazing.
Yeah, it's so true. And also the fact with Ayurveda, it was something that helped me as well a lot with.
Oh, really?
I had like so many gut issues with all the stress and traveling and working. When I found out about Ayurveda and I read in and having like the porridge in the morning, warming foods, Ayurveda really saved me as well. And yoga, like you said.
Nice. But are you on a Ayurvedic diet, or is it just something you learned about and you integrated it into your diet?
Yeah, I take it very flexible.
Yeah.
It's not like that I'm completely on an Ayurvedic diet. It was more that I found out like about these three doshas and that I was completely imbalanced in my Vata dosha because I was like everywhere, and Vata is like wind, and I was eating salads and cold food and raw food. Everything considered healthy, but it was not healthy for me at that moment. And then I switched into cooked foods and warming foods and, less high intensity work and more like grounding and routine. I never had a routine, not even with my meals. I would just like snack. When you travel, you get things at the airport, which is cold salad and yeah.
I think that's also important to not to be too focused on one thing, but to try out different things and maybe to dive really into it, but then find your own way. It's always depending on the times, how you said, if you're like working a lot or if you're at home, and being able to be flexible is a very good thing for your body.
And also I believe that there's like no diet fits all. And I believe that you really have to find a mix with all the diet. We're all like so diverse and everyone is their own ecosystem. You have to find out what works for you with everything. So that's why when someone asks me like, okay, but how do you do? Or what do you eat in a day? Is for me, I don't want to film what I eat in a day because I eat every day so different and it might not be good for you. It's all about, like you said, listen to your body and try out, experiment.
Absolutely, I agree.
You said you were very shy when you were younger. How did you get more confident?
I was very shy. I didn't say a word in the beginning on jobs, but what really helped me, I always imagined that there was a glass between me and the photographer and the stylist, hair and makeup people, and that I could do whatever I wanted. So it really made me feel being apart from others, and then also fake it until you make it. People don't know what is going on within you. Sometimes they even think that you're very arrogant, but you're just super shy. If they don't know what is going on in you and they don't know that you're shy, you don't have to be afraid so much. And it's always good to open up to people and to jump over your shadow and just jump into the cold water and be there and ask questions. People like to being asked. They like it if you want to know something about them. That way you also don't have to tell so much about you when you're very insecure.
Yeah. I like the fact with the glass, I never thought about that.
I don't know, but yeah, it made me feel very comfortable and be confident in front of the camera, thinking that there's glass between me and the people.
What do you think about social media and all the pressure that comes with it, especially now with like the young generation that are on social media with their insecurities, comparing themselves to others?
I actually like social media to get inspired by people and to see when a person is sharing things that are important to the person and to pick the topics I'm really interested in and to get inspired by them. But I can also imagine that it's a lot of pressure for younger girls, and we have to stop comparing ourselves with each other. I don't think it's beautiful if everybody looks the same, and the best thing is to be yourself and to accept that other people look different ways. And we also say, wow, she's so beautiful. It's okay to do the things that she does, but always remember that you are unique as well.
If you say that you like social media because you can get inspired by it, what are your profiles that you follow that you get inspired by? Do you have any favorites?
Right now, I'm diving really into a sustainable lifestyle. So I have so many accounts that are very authentic and they talk a lot about sustainable choices.
How would you describe this to someone who has no idea what sustainability is and how to put it in their lives?
Well, sustainability, I think it's one of the most important things happening right now. And also with the movement Fridays for Future, in order to kind of survive on this planet, we have to make more sustainable option, which means to look how the world we created is built and what consequences we are facing with the system we created in terms of fashion, food, and materials, the way we travel. I think we made so many changes and we invented so much technology which made life very easy and practical. And back then, when, by example, the plane was created, we didn't really know what kind of consequences it has for the earth. But knowing that now, we are responsible for overthinking choices. And I think we have to get uncomfortable again and to reevaluate our choices. And instead of taking the plane for 1 hour, taking the train for maybe 6 hours. That is what sustainability means for me.
I'm trying to live sustainable, but I'm really not someone that you can look up to in this topic, because I think I need to get more uncomfortable with my choices or to rethink my comfortable life sometimes. You know, sometimes you think I'm going to buy this product, skincare or whatever it is, because, you know, it's just there. What are the tips? Can you give me like some tips and tricks in my everyday life? How can I be more sustainable?
There are so many things I can still improve, but it's also a process. And I think the most important thing also for you, if you want to start bringing more sustainability in your life, is to start thinking, okay, you really want to buy that product. Maybe you have a casting and you need that to look good. Then totally fine, buy it. The first thing is already that you thought about, and then start to inform yourself. By example, there's an app, it's called Code Check, and you can just scan the barcode and then it says if it has harmful ingredients for your body. Once you start to know things, you don't want to buy that product anymore. If you make a conscious decision, I really want to buy that product now because I need it for my casting to get the job, it's totally fine if you make the decision. Making decisions and not just not thinking about it is the first step towards sustainability.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it's well said. Once you inform yourself, you have the choice. But if you keep being blind and thinking, oh, it's not there, and you keep buying it, yeah, this is something, if everyone would just like improve that and just make this little conscious thought about, okay, where is this coming from? I think we could really all make a big change. I guess I really have to dive deeper into this topic, and I will. Tell me another thing. If we speak about the future and in our environment and everything, are you scared about the future?
Yes, I am. I mean, I'm also a very sensitive person and I'm feeling all the pain from the world. When I read the news, what is going on at the moment, I really get upset. I'm always asking myself the question if I can take the responsibility to put children into this world. I really, really would like to have children. It's a very wonderful experience you can make. But yeah, I'm asking this question almost every day if I can have children in this world.
But then what is your answer to this?
I mean, there's always hope. There are already the right steps, people taking their voices, being positive and staying positive and doing your part is something that gives me hope.
I guess it's always important to stay hopeful and positive, especially during hard times. You know, sometimes I think our grandparents or grandparents must have gone through some difficult times, and I don't know, maybe world wars and whatever. If they would fear to put kids in the world, and I completely understand this fear, but if they wouldn't have put kids in this world, we might not even be here.
Totally. And also, if you think that way, if I'm scared and if I don't do anything, other people will do something, but maybe not a good thing. Instead of freeze, I do something good. And also maybe my children or your children, our children are gonna do something really good for our world. I mean, it's our decision how we educate them.
Exactly what you said, because I think you should put a lot of kids out there, because if you educate all of them like how you are right now, you are actually making the change, because it's the next generation who's going to save our asses, if I can say that on YouTube.
Yeah, that's totally true.
If you would have a daughter one day that wants to become a model, what would you tell her?
I would tell her every day, really every day, that her superpower is to be her, because that's the most important thing, to be yourself. Personally, I think the reason to be on earth is also to experience yourself, to experience pain and love. You can only do that when you're yourself.
That's beautiful. And I hope you're going to have a lot of daughters give this knowledge and experience and love and everything, you know, and also sons. I mean, I wish you obviously everything on the best. And
Thank
last question. What is your beauty secret?
I love creams. I love a good organic natural skin care cream. For me, my skin is very dry and I'm always happy to try out new things and hunting new creams. Yeah, a good cream is my beauty secret.
Thank you so much for this lovely, lovely talk that we had. I'm sad that it's already over, but I am also very excited to put it out there and to show you to my little world. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Angie. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I think it's really, really great what you do. I'm a big fan already of your project to bring more personality in social media, and I'm very excited to see our video. I hope you have a good flight to Paris, that we will see each other somewhere soon.
Thank you so much. Lots of kisses to Berlin. No, actually, you're in Munich right now.
Yes, I'm in Munich. So big kiss from Munich to Ibiza.
Munich. Bye-bye.
Bye.